The type tool in Adobe InDesign can be selected by pressing T in your keyboard, or it can also be selected by just using your mouse. And to type any words or any paragraph, you'll have to make a text box, because unlike any other Adobe applications, if I select the type tool and just click once, it doesn't work. So every time you'll have to make a text box depending on the number of the words or the length of the paragraph. So let's say I just want to type 2 words, so for that reason I'm making a small text box, and let's type 2 words, that is type tool. And this text box, its position can be changed if you select the selection tool, and it can be changed to any position of your document. So let's say I want to put it on the top, and as you can see, a guideline will come out so that to make sure that it's in the center. So let us say I want to increase the size of the text. So for that, you will have anything to change about the type tool, you'll have to go to properties panel. So in here in the properties panel, you can change anything about the that text that we have just typed now. So let's say I want to bring it to the center. So for bringing it to the center, you will have to go to paragraph in this area. If I click this one that is align center, it will come to the center of that box, not of the page, but of that text box. If I want to increase the size of the text, then in this character area, you can see one point is there. So in that area, you can increase the size of the text. And let us say I want to make it bold. So in this area, you can check whether bold is available or not. So depending on the font that you have, it will either have regular, bold, and italic. So I will have to change the face of that font. So above that again, there is one area that says the name of the font. So let me change the name of the font, and let's say this one is the one which we are going to change. And in here you can see we have the bold. So in order to change the color of this text, you'll have to select the text. So for selecting the text, you can double click on this area so that we are properly inside the text, and select the whole part of the text. And in here you can see the fill color of the text. If it comes out as T in this area, that means it's about the text. And suppose if I just come out of the text box, if I change the fill color here, it's not about the text or the characters, it's about the box. So you'll have to double click on this area and select the text and change the color. So let's say I want to change this color, and the color is changed. Now if we go to our type tool again in the toolbox, and if you right click on it, you can see 2 types of type tools are there. So this is the normal one which we have been using now, and the other one is type on the path tool. So let's see what that is. So to do that one, we'll have to go to here we have a shape here. So this particular option that is type on the path tool, it is used whenever you have a path like this circle here, and on top of that or inside that, if you want to type on that particular path here, then in those cases we use this option. So in order to type on the path, you'll have to go near that particular path, and then whenever you go near that one, you can see a plus sign just below that one. So at that time, whenever that plus sign comes out, when that plus sign comes out, at that time you'll have to click your mouse and then start typing. So let's type a sentence, type on a path tool. So let us increase the font size. So that is the option that has been given here. So using this option, you can type something like this here. Now let us see another example. Now suppose I have some paragraphs here, and towards the bottom of our text box, you can see one plus sign is there with a red color. So that means whatever the text that you've put inside here is not properly fit inside that text box. Which means all the text that we have typed here, it doesn't fill inside this text box. So in those cases, what you'll have to do is you'll have to increase the text box, and then that particular warning sign, that is the plus sign that had been coming out here, will be gone. So that is about the type tool in Adobe InDesign.